Hello Bookish friends, welcome to June wrap-up part 1. In this video, I will talk about the 5 books that I finished in the first half of June. And like I did in my previous wrap-ups, I will insert the clips that I've recorded quite soon after I finish those works. Today is the 1st of June and I finished the book that I was reading for my in-person book club, which was called Luna by Buğra Gülsoy. In this book, we follow Adem, a police officer who became depressed after his mother's death, promoted from criminal investigation to traffic duty. And one day in his patrol, he and his friend discover the body of a girl who was found suspiciously dead and also had a quite different striking appearance, an albino. And Adem discovers a diary belonging to her titled Luna, and with so many coincidences he becomes the primary suspect in Luna's death. Buğra Gülsoy is quite a famous actor who stars in theater productions, movies and most notably TV series in my country. And I think he is a very decent actor. However, I cannot say the same thing for his writing ability. Although I thought the general plot had a potential and the beginning of the book was quite curious. As the book progressed, I felt like the author could not decide which path to take in terms of structuring the book and also in terms of highlighting the plot points. And I felt like he was underwhelmed by having so many ideas and trying to put them all in just one book. Towards the end of the book, I was rolling my eyes so many times because I thought the plot made no sense. So overall, I gave Luna by Buğra Gülsoy a 5 out of 10. Today is the 6th of June and I finished the book that I was reading for Fear of Missing Out book club, which was Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. In this book, we follow Kathy, who has been brought up in an exclusive boarding school in the English village side called Hailsham. And now she is a grown woman working as a carer. And as she reunites with her best friends there, who are Ruth and Tommy, she reminisces about times that she spent at Hailsham. And we gradually discover what is special about this boarding school, as well as the very, very complex relationship between these 3 children. I previously read The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro and I absolutely fell in love with that book. It is actually the best book that I have read since I've started BookTube. And I especially loved how well the book was written in that one. And for this one, I can say that the book was written really, really well as well. I also admired how the author told a very, very quiet and quite uneventful story in such an elegant way. The plot was quite interesting and I liked the overall mystery a lot. Although there were hints, the reality of the mystery was quite unexpected when you discover it. The book really kept me interested even after we as readers discovered the harsh reality of the mystery. The thing that kept me from this book being a favorite was that I really had a hard time connecting with any of the characters. I did not feel sorrow, happiness, or any other feeling towards even Kathy, who's our main character. So overall, I thought it was a good book, and I'm glad that I read such an interesting book. And I gave Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro an 8 out of 10. Today is the 11th of June and I finished the book that I was buddy reading with my friend Amy at Sobek. This was the 3rd book in Matchmaker series by Nancy Campbell Ellen. In this book, taking place in the late 19th century London, A newly graduated medical doctor, Charlotte, returns from the United States after finishing her education and also receiving a suspicious letter from her father about her mother's death. And when she returns, she finds out that her father has passed away, and she decides to find out more about her mother's death with the help of the police chief, John Ellis, whom she has been friends with and also communicating with for a while. And as they try to find out about the cold case, they become more and more close, and their attraction for each other becomes undeniable. I really enjoyed the first half of this book, and I was very fond of both main characters because they were quite clever and also quite relatable characters for me. I also really found the concept of solving a cold case quite interesting. In the second half of the book, the events became sort of annoying because it showed that rich people can't get away with anything. An upsetting thought. On the other hand, towards the end of the book, the build-up to the climax was constructed really well. I was very excited for that climax chapter. However, maybe because I had high expectations, I was a bit disappointed by how the events turned out so quickly. Like I said before, I was very fond of the characters and felt really glad for their happiness. And I gave Protecting Her Heart by Nancy Campbell Ellen a 7 out of 10. And I'm very glad that I finished another series with Amy because I really like discussing series with her. Today is the 15th of June, and I finished 2 books yesterday. The first one was a book that I read for Joy Reading June. I really felt like reading a thriller, and I really wanted to be up to date or finish a series. So I chose The Exchange by John Grisham, the second book in the Firm series. This book follows the protagonist of the first book, Mitch McDare. And in the beginning of the book, we learn what happened to Mitch and his wife after the end of the firm. Mitch, after 15 years, is again working for a big legal firm, but this time the company has better moral values. When a mentor from Rome asks for a favor involving a legal battle between actually a Turkish construction firm and Libyan government. And when Mitch goes there, he finds himself in the middle of a kidnapping case, which deeply affects his family as well as his look on international politics and the firm that he's working. Really enjoyed the fast-paced thriller, The Firm, and I also quite enjoyed the adaptation. So it was really good to be back with a protagonist that I like, and also his wife, whom I loved in the first book very much. The writing was full of legal knowledge, like all of the John Grisham books. And also I quite enjoyed the gradually building tempo of the book. I was very anxious at the end for our protagonists as well as the person who was kidnapped, which showed that I was very much in the story. There were some parts in the book that could have been shorter. Other than that, I very much enjoyed reading this legal thriller. And I gave The Exchange by John Grisham an 8 out of 10. And the second book that I finished yesterday was Elimdeki, Beklenen, Sevgili by Selim İleri. This book consists of letters written by our protagonist to his friend Şevkati. Our protagonist is near 60 years old, and he's very unsatisfied with his life, but he could not achieve in this world, and most of his loved ones are now dead. All throughout the book, we go through his depression, his annoyance with his work, also a possibility of new love with a quite young woman, which gives him a will to live again. I have previously read books from Selim İleri, and to be honest, I found them to be quite boring because I thought nothing significant happened in those books. They were quite uneventful. But I have to say I admired his writing style. It was the same for this one. I really admired his writing. The epistolary style of the book was interesting at first. Towards the middle, I got bored again. However, because this was a book club book and also quite short, I've decided to finish it. The ending of the book was significantly better, and it had a plot twist that was hinted all throughout the book. So overall, I gave Elimdeki, Beklenen Sevgili by Selim, İleri a 6 out of 10. Those were the 5 books that I finished in the first half of June. Please comment down below, have you read any of the books that I mentioned in this video, and what did you think of them? If you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose exchange. Exchange means değiş tokuş in Turkish, and değiş tokuş are our Turkish words of the day. Have a good day.